Hey everybody, I'm back with day 29 of the 30 Pitches in 30 Days project. I can't believe that tomorrow is the last one. It has been such a journey. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking this ride with me. As I said maybe yesterday or the day before, when this is all done, it'll end on a Friday, and then on Monday I'm going to post a 30-second video, including day 0. Post a 30-second video, which is going to be basically kind of like the top 5 things I learned. It'll definitely help me. I hope it'll help you. Just like, should I do this? Should I try it out or whatever? Or what? Why all of this? Was it worth it? Short answer, spoiler alert, yes, it was worth it. It's been a really interesting ride and experience. So I'll share all of that with you on Monday. But right now, I have a pitch to tell you. It is for, it's an idea that I've kind of had for a long time. I haven't really ever kind of really got down to it, but now I think I've done it. I think I've sort of cracked it. Sort of I have my hands around it at least. It goes like this. It's called Secret Agent Wife, and it goes like this. We open on a funeral, and our guy Todd, he is standing in a black suit, grieving, very sad. His wife has passed suddenly. He's standing surrounded by a small group of friends. Sort of across on the other side of the open grave there is like his wife's friends. Her family is not there, just her friends and coworkers and stuff on the other side of the grave. And he's very sad, and then the priest says his words, and then Todd gets up to say a few things. It's his wife after all, and he gives just a heartbreaking speech about how the last couple months that they were together, things were tough, and he just wishes he had a little more time to say I'm sorry, and to make things work, and to say I love you one more time, and it just brings the house down. It is a heartbreaker. We cut to later, the next day or maybe a couple days later, where Todd is in his house, and he's just trying to sort of get things together, and a lot of sort of post-funeral business to get done, papers to get in order, things to be cleaned up and cleaned out, whatever. His sister's there. She's encouraging him, supporting him, and helping him through this really tough process. He's really sort of done pretty well. He's a pretty organized guy, and he has gotten to pretty much the last Rubicon, the toughest thing to do, her closet. It was sort of her pride and joy. She kind of really liked this closet, a big walk-in closet of all of her clothes and stuff, and this is the thing that he's really, really, really been avoiding. And he knows he's got to do it. His sister offers, she's like, look, if it's too hard, I will do it for you. Don't even worry about it. He's like, no, I've got to do this. I think this is something that's really going to help me get closure and move on and all this kind of stuff. So he grabs a bottle of wine after his sister leaves. He grabs a bottle of wine. He goes in there and he's going through stuff and he's drinking and going through stuff and drinking, going through stuff and drinking. Pretty much he's drunk a whole bottle of wine before he knows it, and he's a little bit sloppy. And he's sort of looking through stuff, and he trips and he falls and he bangs into the wall and he cracks basically a secret panel in the back of this closet. And he looks in there, and there's he sees some stuff in there, but then he closes it back up. He's like, should I look in it? Do I even want to know what this is? And he kind of leaves it to sleep on it. The next day, his sister is back, and they start talking. He's kind of interested. He wants her opinion, but he doesn't necessarily want to tell her what he discovered or whatever. So he's kind of hinting around. He's like, well, if you knew a secret about your husband, or if there was a secret about your husband, would you want to know it? Would you want to know what that secret was? Or would you just want to? And so she's like, definitely, I would definitely want to know. She's very clear on it. I would definitely want to know. And he's like, yeah, I guess that's true, whatever. And so it gives him the encouragement of yes, I definitely think I should go and look into this stuff and see what this is all about. But at the same time, sort of sideways, it's given his sister the impression that maybe her husband is leading a secret life, and she blasts out of there hot and ready to just confront him about this secret life that really, honestly, doesn't exist. So Todd goes into this little sort of cubby area, pulls out what's in there, and he takes a deep breath because he doesn't really know what he's going to discover. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's going to be something. He's going to learn about her that, oh my gosh, I never knew. And as he starts opening stuff up and looking through it, he just doesn't even know what to make of it. He sees pictures of her coworkers dressed in really different clothes, not the clothes I usually wear around the office here, but they just look so different. And then he sees pictures of his wife also looking very different, as well as some other passports and money from other countries, and and some key cards. And slowly he begins to want, oh my gosh, my wife is really involved in something really big that I never knew about, and I want to know what it is. So he decides that he's going to surveil her coworkers and just see kind of what he can make out of it, learn some more about it. And as he does, he starts picking up little bits and pieces here and there, a little bit more and more, and he wonders, was she a criminal? Was she involved in some secret government business? Deeper and deeper, and he starts building in their bedroom a huge conspiracy wall, yarn here, there, pictures and questions and whatever. It's just like, it's really taking over his life. It's affecting his work. It's this whole thing. His sister even notices, hey, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. But he's like really involved in this mystery, unraveling about his wife. Finally, one day, as he is sort of on surveillance, we see that there's a mysterious person following him. So he's following the coworkers. This mysterious person is following him, and sort of bit by bit, all these pieces are sort of on a collision course. One day, he's surveilling some of the coworkers, and he sees his wife. And we've already seen her now at this point. We've seen her that she is alive and well, and she is sort of just sort of in hiding. And we see that there is another sort of coworker with her, a really handsome guy named Dave. And Dave clearly has the hots for her and is clearly sort of making a play for her, and she's not interested. Right? But now we're with Todd when he discovers her and Dave out and about. It's a big city. The chances of running into someone randomly are almost nil. She's in places that Todd would never sort of like orbit in, but suddenly here they are, face to face, and he confronts her. What is going on? But before she can answer that question, bang, bang, a couple shots, silenced shots, whoosh, whoosh, ring out, and King like just barely missed them. She ends up pulling him to the ground, saving his life, and they are now on the run. She explains to him that she had to fake her own death. He's furious. He's like, I warned you. I thought you were dead. She's like, I had to fake my own death. There's someone coming after me, an international criminal. I didn't want to expose you to it or risk you. So I did this. I did this for you. And he can't believe it. And she apologizes profusely. And she says, all these months where things were so hard between us, I was really trying to make it easier for you in the long run. I thought if our relationship wasn't that great by the time that I died, that you wouldn't take it so hard. I'm really sorry. And they end up sort of talking, and sort of he understands, but he's still furious, but he understands where she's coming from. It all kind of makes sense in a twisted, weird spycraft sort of way. But he buys it. But now they're on the run. Dave and Jessica and Todd are on the run because this mysterious figure, this international criminal, really now knows where they are and is chasing them down. Eventually, he catches up with them, and in a sort of a back alley gunfight, Dave gets shot. And he goes down. He's injured. He goes down, and as he's sort of there on the ground bleeding, he tries to get a kiss out of Jessica, and she's like, "No, Dave, no, this is not going to work out. I'm married. I love my husband." He's like, "I know. I just thought I would try, just because I'm whatever." And then she looks at his wound. It's not even that bad. He's actually pretty fine. And they end up taking him to the hospital though to get checked out. And while he's in the hospital, he ends up admitting that he is actually the leak that has sort of put her in the crosshairs of this international criminal. But he's done it because he's in love with her. Everyone's doing things out of love. It's crazy. But he's done it because he's in love with her, and he didn't want her to get hurt or killed. He just wanted to get her away from her husband because he knew that something could happen between them. And she's like, Dave, this is just really above and beyond. And they end up fleeing. Jessica and Todd end up fleeing the hospital because they know that that this is all public information and that this international criminal is going to be on their trail, so they run. But no sooner are they on the run than he's on their heels, and it is a big car chase that ends in it ends at a gas station, right? So what they found out from Dave in the hospital was that he was supposed to lead them into a trap. And so Todd and Jessica go into this trap, and they sort of get involved in a car chase that ends at a gas station. And it is a big gunfight at this gas station, but eventually, Todd and Jessica run out of bullets, and this international criminal is either going to kill them or get away. Neither of those options work, so they don't really know what else to do. So what they do is they get in their car and clasp hands, Thelma and Louise style, and just take off like a bat out of hell straight for his car. And the two cars hit, and boom, the cars explode. Boom, the gas station explodes. It's a huge giant fireball that goes up into the night, killing all three of them. We cut to a graveyard where we see a man and a woman looking over a couple of graves, and it is Todd and Jessica's grave. And as the camera turns around, we see that it's Todd and Jessica. They've now faked their own deaths as a couple, and now they're totally out of their old lives. No one's going to come looking for them. They're the only ones that would come looking for each other. They managed to repair their relationship. They managed to get back together and sort of take this big leap together. They took out this international criminal, and now they're just saying goodbye to their old selves, to their old lives. Next, we see them on a beach, living a simple, happy, tropical life. But as they're living their life, through the leaves, the palm leaves behind them, we see that someone is watching as the camera fades to black. That's it. That's day 29. Tomorrow is day 30, the very last pitch. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe we've come to this point. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.